Hello people of YouTube, it's Deepak here, and welcome to the DCS news for the 15th of July 2023. I hope you all enjoyed that most recent M2000C Mirage tutorial, all about the BAP 100. Did you enjoy looking at my BAPs? Why do I say these things? Anyway, welcome to the stream, Yasaid. Welcome, Storm Kambari. I don't exactly know what I'll do next week, but I'm going to continue to work my way through the air-to-ground weapons. We do still have Beluga cluster bombs to demonstrate, and I also have the GBU-12 laser-guided bombs that I can demonstrate as well. And after that, I'm sure we'll find lots more fun stuff. Welcome, Pink Floyd. Welcome, Tog. Yeah, what were those B1 pilots thinking? I generally use our standard training mission files from the Virtual Air Force, and this particular version has B1s and tornadoes and all kinds of other stuff flying around, and I had actually genuinely forgotten. So when you see me approaching the runway and I react with surprise that there are B1s there, you might all have thought, oh, he's doing a bit here. He knows fine well those aircraft are there, because he made the mission. No, in fact, I didn't. I didn't make that mission, and I had completely forgotten that those aircraft were there, so that was as much of a surprise for me as it was for all of you. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Yeti. Welcome, Charts. Welcome, Evangelos. Welcome, Shonam81. War crime bombs. Oh, of course. Yeah, not the BAPs, but the Belugas. It's not a war crime. It's a legal convention that I think something like 100 or over 100 countries have signed up to, the ban on cluster munitions. So it's certainly not a war crime. But you know, of course, if you've said you're not going to use something, then you probably shouldn't use something. And notably, the USA is not a signatory. I think there are a bunch of other countries that are not signatories. Mr. Yeti, these all work well with the waypoint thing, which puts you on a specific heading. Can't remember what it's called. I think you're talking about offset bombing. I do intend to cover that soon. The Mirage has this quite good INS offset bombing mode. And the reason I've not done a video on it yet is because I actually haven't learned how it works myself yet. But I'm going to put some time in, do a bit of training with that, and once I have a proper understanding of how it works, I will then demonstrate it to all of you fine people. But yeah, it is pretty cool. Louise, I'm flying the F5 on the South Atlantic map, and it's really fun. Two Tower to Desert maps. I do really like the South Atlantic map, and I do really like the F5. And ED did promise that we're getting some updates to the F5 at some point soon. I hope they're going to fix the RWR. I've said this many times. I think the F5 is a brilliant aircraft, but it's sadly not received enough attention of late, and the RWR has been basically broken from launch. So they need to fix that. Tech Gaming 45 might disappear for a bit to get my Nando's. Welcome to the stream, only Napalm. Tech Gaming 45, Russia, USA, and Ukraine haven't signed it. Many others have not signed it as well. It's not a universal thing. Cool, okay, so without any further ado, let's begin with the ED newsletter, as we generally do. Dear fighter pilots, partners, and friends, the DCS summer sale ends on the 16th of July, 23:59 GMT. Don't miss the opportunity to grab some incredible offers on almost all our range of aircraft, campaigns, and terrains. Save up to 50% now in the shop. We're excited to share that DCS South Atlantic is receiving significant enhancements. Our partners Razbam have been actively developing and supporting the map, and we will soon be launching a major update. Read the details below and check out the development screenshots. Actually, let me just have those ready. The Grim Reapers community is not just about flying, camaraderie, and friendship. Connect with like-minded aviators from all walks of life. Forge lifelong bonds and join us in regular community events, contests, and challenges. Their active Discord server is bustling with conversation, flight planning, and real-time support, ensuring you never fly solo in the virtual skies. Cool, alrighty. So we hope you're enjoying your summer. Thank you for your passion and support. Yes. Pink Floyd would love to see the F5 get some love. Yes. It needs it's a really nice aircraft. It's a historically important aircraft in my point of view, and it's a lot of fun to fly. Mr. Yeti, yes, offset. And you can program in your approach the offset from a certain heading, so you can plan to come in right down the runway heading. Yes, that's a really good point. And in fact, when I demonstrate that, I guess demonstrating it with the BAP 100 might be quite a good way of doing so, because you really want that alignment to be perfect to maximize the damage you do on the runway. So, and actually, I've already demonstrated this with the GF-17. It has a very, very strangely similar weapon, so similar that I suspect the Chinese copied the BAP 100. But yeah, very, very similar. Tog, wonder how much they paid for the important messaging. I have no idea. I was very surprised to see. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to be, you know, kind of saying negative things about other content creators. But I have to say I was very, very surprised to see Grim Reapers get such high billing on the ED newsletter, given the many and very well documented odd things they have done. And I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it up to chat to do some research into that if they would like to. But I don't think I'd want to associate my company with the antics of the... Well, it's probably not the Grim Reapers per se, but, you know, chappy at the top. Anyway, summer sale. Offer ends 16th of July. The summer sale is arguably the biggest sale of the year, with more modules at 50% off than usual. This is also the perfect chance for newcomers to join the DCS community and for seasoned veterans to expand their collection. Don't miss out. Check out some of the featured modules included in this year's summer sale. A10C Warthog. Get ready to dominate the battlefield with the legendary A10C Thunderbolt 2. Experience the thrill of piloting this iconic attack aircraft, renowned for its heavy firepower, advanced avionics, and exceptional durability. Now available in exclusive 50% discount for a limited time only, $39.99 USD. Yeah. This is a really cool aircraft, and of course, VAF 2-5 Squadron flies it. We're always looking for more pilots, but we'll talk about that later. Persian Gulf map. Immerse yourself in the beauty and vastness of the Persian Gulf map, meticulously recreated with stunning visuals and unprecedented accuracy. Take part in intense aerial and naval operations within this beautiful environment, now available with a 50% discount. And Combined Arms. Expand your experience beyond flying and taking command of ground forces with Combined Arms. Operate tanks, infantry, artillery, and more, coordinating with your fellow pilots to conquer the battlefield. This essential addition to DCS is available now at an incredible 50% discount. Yes. Tog. Grilling Sidewinder is far superior in content, in my opinion. Then you have this group called the FAF, and they do good stuff too, I hear. Especially that guy named Deephack. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm flattered, sir. JL just got the A10. That's very cool. And Frantic Stone, Tornado here yet. I'm bored of the 15. What? You've only been flying it for a matter of weeks. That is completely ridiculous, sir. How could you? Oh dear. Right. I have a Facebook post later that we're going to bring up, and I'm just remembering to backspace out my email address from the form. There we go. Evangelos, I have a feeling that ED is in vacation mode too. Yes, I think that's very much the case. Only Napalm. Campaign builder Baltic Dragon promised we will have highway takeoffs and landings, Finn and Swede style, on the Kola map. Ooh, that's cool. That would be very nice to see. The thing is, we can of course already do that in many of the maps, and you can even create invisible FARPs and all kinds of other stuff to, to make that work with aircraft like the Viggen. I've heard of people doing it with the F-18 as well, because of course in the real world the Finnish Air Force has road bases for the F-18. So, a South Atlantic Development Report. This update will bring various improvements, including the major technology change for city blocks throughout the entire map. New points of interest for cities, starting with Punta Arenas and Port Stanley, have been added. Razbam are now using new city block models that are in line with the region's aesthetic. Additionally, they've made significant adjustments to the tree distribution that aims to eliminate repetitive patterns across the map. The roads in all cities have undergone major revamp, with new textures, models, and layouts. Rural areas have also received attention with the addition of new villages across the map. Furthermore, we've introduced a deep water port for Rio Grande and completely reworked Port Stanley and Goose Green from the ground up. Excellent. And let's have a little look at the pictures, because we have some development screenshots for these updates to the South Atlantic map. And yes, indeed, these are looking pretty good. These new trees are looking quite appropriate. Here we can see the new building models that they're making use of for this region. I've actually never been to this part of the world, so I don't know what the houses look like, but apparently this is a more accurate representation. Yep, some shipping containers. Wow. Park Adana? I'll need Argentina. Oh, that's Syria. Wait a minute, I'm on the wrong map now. This is the updates that we were hearing about for Syria from last week. Okay, so I went too far. Welcome to the stream, John Bluer. I heard there was a certain community mentioned. Absolutely awful group of people. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. Personally, I think the VAF are okay, lol. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to open this can of worms. I'm sure there's absolutely nothing wrong with Grim Reapers. It's more a certain YouTuber who operates their channel who I have, I wouldn't say a problem with, but concerns about his behaviour. He's done some questionable, objectionable stuff. Which hand traffic do we have in the South Atlantic? I would assume you drive on the left on Falkland. In Argentina, I have no idea. And I guess there must be some Chile on the SA map as well. I don't know what side they drive on. That's an interesting question, though. And yes, of course, finishing the newsletter, Grim Reapers multiplayer server. With a community of over 12,000 members, the Grim Reapers run a number of multiplayer servers covering basic flight for newer players to a more advanced server. They also run a World War II server and a couple of helicopter servers. Stay tuned on Sunday nights at 1800 GMT for the Sunday Fun Day public event where anyone can come along and take part in a mass mission. Make sure to join their Discord server. Thank you again for your passion and support. Concerns. Yes. Okay, so moving on. The next thing that I have, oh, my mouse went crazy, is an article from Stormbirds. Always check out stormbirds.blog. They're a really good source of news when it comes to flight simulation. Heatblur provide an RWR technology update and a small F4/F14 update. This is a post that Heatblur put on their Facebook. Pardon me, I myself don't actually have Facebook, so Stormbirds is a really good way of kind of keeping up to date with this kind of stuff. And we can see the original post here. But what I'll do is, basically all of this is covered in the Stormbirds article, so I'll just take it directly from Stormbirds. Written by Shamrock15. Radar warning receivers are a key part of modern jet fighter technology, warning the pilot of radar emissions from search and track radars as well as incoming active radar missiles is essential for modern air combat. Modern combat operations, sorry. And Heatblur, a third-party developer for DCS World, have just upped the ante when it comes to detailed simulations. So the update posted by Heatblur on their Facebook page details the work they've been doing to update their core technology while developing DCS F4E, as well as finishing up their work on the F14, including an early A variant of the Tomcat. Heatblur's latest efforts involve creating a detailed model of different types of radars in DCS World and simulating the physical effects of each radar. For those more technically minded, each radar now has a schema that includes the following pieces of data: antenna gain, antenna speed, carrier frequency, pulse repetition frequency, peak power, search pattern, tracking pattern, beam width, and height. The result of adding these layers to the radar models is a more fully realised RWR simulation. Even better, Heatblur are not intending to keep this work to themselves. I think absolutely hats off to Heatblur for this part. They're planning to share this with Eagle Dynamics. Here's what the update had to say. And perhaps best of all, together with our partners at Eagle Dynamics, we hope to contribute our simulation of the signal environment and associated schema to become a core part of DCS, making it available to both first and third-party developers for use and extension. A rising tide rises all boats, and we're excited to contribute to the core platform in a way that will be beneficial for the EM environment and RWRs across the entire simulation. This is absolutely amazing that they're doing this. Heatblur's work in these areas is kind of amazing. Anyway, the fact that they're doing it in such a way that they can contribute it back to ED and to the core simulation is just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Because the EW simulation is, in some parts, somewhat lacking. Like we're missing a bunch of details in the core simulation that'd be really nice to have when it comes to this. And it looks like Heatblur are stepping up and providing it. So. Really good from Heatblur, and really good the ED are accepting this kind of input. So very, very cool. Right. Pink Floyd, the GR made several videos from my suggestions. I like that kind of community interaction. Absolutely agree. That's really, really good. I've got no like, you can argue with the volume of content that he produces, and the width of the subject matter and so on. I think that, there are good things about the Grim Reaper's channel. Again, I don't want to go too much into the controversy, but he's done things that I think are a bit regrettable in the past, and I'll leave it there. John Bloor, in other news, Casmo has been smashing it with his content with Not So. Oh wow, he's doing stuff with Not So. Fantastic. That's really, really good to see. That's exciting. Mr. Yeti, Tornado got a roadmap, which is just a list of weapons. That's true, actually. I had in fact forgotten about that. I'll quickly go and grab that right now. Let's see. I'm actually on, is it... What Discord server is it again? Avia Storm, yes. And as you say, they added a development news update, which was literally just a list of weapons. We'll cover that in a moment. Cool. Only Napalm, I will jump onto the F4 Phantom when they will make a naval version. I do believe that is coming. That's part of their plans, in fact, to have various versions, including a naval version. John Bloor, have you guys seen the patch notes for both the F-15E and Gazelle? I can DM you them if you haven't covered it yet, Deep. They're posted on their respective Discord servers. Actually, I have the Gazelle patch notes, which I was going to include in this news, but I didn't notice the F5 ones. Let me have a quick look at that as well. Clearly, I've been missing stuff when I was prepping for the news today. I didn't realize the Strike Eagle ones were already up. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I found it. Right. Okie dokie. This is massive. This is absolutely massive. I don't know how I'm going to get this on screen. What I'll do is I'm going to print screen it in sections. And then... Oh, no, this isn't going to work. Okay. If someone already has screenshots of that, that's great. If they don't, then I'll try and give the highlights. I might not be able to show it on screen. Indeed, HBR GigaChats. Sean, I am 81. GR tutorials really helped me get back into DCS a few years ago. Yep. Yeah, they have basically videos on every single subject, so very good for that kind of stuff. Pink Floyd, now I have to go and look for what GR did. Love me some DCS drama. Yeah, like I said, I'll leave that for an exercise for chat to do. John Bloor, it's in the Razbam Strike Eagle announcements. Yeah, I did find it, but it's so many pages long, and I don't want to share my Discord screen, so what I was going to do is like screenshot it in sections and then try and bring it up on screen, but that's... let me just do it while I'm talking. I might as well just employ my paint skills here and very quickly do that. Let's see if I can multitask. Am I this good at multitasking that I can do this and continue to give you all the news as we go? Let's see. So in any case, I will also try to monitor chat at the same time, because that's just how good I am at this. So I've got page 1, ends with low vis clean livery. Next, I want to jump to here, print that screen, paste that, and crop. Yeah, I think I'm not managing to maintain conversation at the same time as doing this. I'm not as skilled as I thought I was, sadly, as is often the case. Right, let's grab this one. Got second page worth, ending at IFF range, and... Oh, it's going to be even more than 3. Crazy. Right. I'm sure this is making for a thrilling stream. I apologise for those who are having to watch through this, but I shouldn't be too much longer, and then we'll actually have something to discuss. Page 3, and then the last one. Print screen. Doing this the old school way. Crop and save. And okay, and I accidentally actually overwrote one of the pages, so now I need to very quickly do that one again. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, I'm terrible at this. I'm actually terrible at this. I've completely lost track of where I was. Anyway, we'll buzz through that later. John Bloor, you know who got me back into DCS and fully into the Harrier? You. Thank you very much. I'm very glad to hear that. Mr. Yeti, on the edge of my seat. Yeah, I know. This is ridiculous. This is very silly content. We're busy studying the pictures on your wall. A few moments later. Pink Floyd, an explanation of the strawberry would be appreciated. You would have to ask the artist. I have no idea. Beardy, hello. Welcome to the stream. Warden, I learned the JF17, FA18 from your videos. They helped a lot. Thank you very much. I'm glad. I'm glad that was useful. So, moving back into these change logs that we've been talking about, here is the one for the Gazelle. I screenshotted this earlier because I was a little bit better ready. John Bloor, could you copy and paste the post into Notepad? Actually, yeah, that would probably be better, but I haven't actually set up my streaming software to display anything other than my browser window. So, yeah, maybe it would be better just to do Notepad. Good suggestion. And then what I can do is I can simply add this into the stream. Or I wonder, will Chrome even display a text file? This is where we get interesting. Let's very quickly see if I can do this. So if I have that like that, and I go File Open. Oh dear. Yes. Okay. I'll need to zoom that when the time comes. But yes, Chrome will indeed display a text file. Tom, love your show. Glad I finally caught you live. When can we expect more updates for the F16? Well, that's a good one. I did do an update at the start of the year because Eagle had kind of updated the roadmap that they were displaying for the F16 in the forums. I guess actually if we go back to those forums, do they have that roadmap currently up to date? Yeah, we got DCS F16 Viper. They say they last updated it on March 29th. And if we jump to there, we can see basically everything is already in green. So really the only items remaining, and these are apparently things that are being worked on now, are data transfer cartridge, the TDOA for HTS, updating the VIP and VRP logic. Those three things are being worked on now. Later we're getting more rocket pods, we're getting more Link 16 options, we're getting the pilot model, which they've actually shown off very recently in the news. RWR handoff PRF tones, and they say here waiting on a PRF tone library. I wonder if this is something that Heatblur are going to be giving them, because the very early version of the RWR that they're working on for the F14 has this functionality as well. So I don't know, maybe that's Heatblur who are doing that. We're still waiting on Sniper XR, we're still waiting on Lantern, and we're waiting on ALE 50 Toad decoy. So when can we expect these items? I don't know. They certainly say they're working on these three items right now. We know they're working on the pilot model right now as well, and I would suspect the RWR stuff is dependent on Heatblur, who will probably deliver quite soon. Beardy, thanks for your video. Thank you very much. That's very, very kind. Anyway, jumping back to the Gazelle, we have the internal changelog for the upcoming DCS patch. I would assume that we're getting a patch this month. We normally get a patch in the middle of the month, so maybe Wednesday we'll see this come up. I don't think they've actually posted anything in the the forum stating when we can expect the next one. That would normally be in the... Is it official? No, not in official updates, actually. It's normally in DCS World 2.8. And then we have patch status. Yeah, to be announced. They haven't actually said yet. But in any case, in the first internal build that they've already released, I guess this is already in their internal testing, engine performance and torque limitations adjusted, SAS behavior adjusted, auto hover improved, fixed fuel mass bugs, fixed the Mistral bug, replaced Hot 3 missiles with the ED weapon. So they previously were using their own weapon implementation. ED prefers everybody to use the ED provided weapons these days, so they've now done that. Adjusted the visual rotor speed. Some people had commented that it looks like the rotors are turning very, very slowly. They fixed the force feedback cyclic trim, added basic sling loading, that's pretty cool, updated the NTTR missions, fixed an RWR crash, and in the next version they've added a laser rangefinder to the Athos site. That's pretty cool. I didn't even know that had one in real life, but that's really going to make it a much better helicopter for scout and recon operations, I think. They've added cargo on hook implementation, fixed the overtemp issues, removed the pilot sight clickable when the sight is not visible, lateral force improvements, and auto-rotation behavior improvements. So the Gazelle is continuing to be improved. This was posted by Polychop Dan in the Polychop Discord, by the way. John Blur, I've just DM'd you an even more up-to-date Gazelle changelog. What? Really? But wait, there's more. Okay, so let me see if I can bring this up then. Boom. We now have this one on screen. So let me see. Okay, so we're on 1.7.7 at this stage. Okay. Pilot sight will be hidden when spawning without any weapons equipped. Starter switch can now be correctly placed into the off arret position once fuel is flowing. This actually was working before, but then when they did the big rewrite of the flight model in the engine model, this broke again. So like, yeah, they broke this and now they're fixing it again. Fixed abort numbers, added high detail community liveries. Ooh, olive drab for US and UK, the Netherlands and Greece. Updated Mistral missiles are now able to lock onto ground targets when heat contrast is high enough. This is really cool. I've seen some modules simulating this with the Sidewinder as well, which is really cool to see. So very, very nice indeed. Excellent. Thank you very much, John Blur, for providing that. I obviously haven't been keeping enough up to date. Spyglass 1005. I find it interesting that all the videos I see about dogfighting and such, and DCS World, they seem really goes by very fast, but on my high-on workstation, not so fast. I guess you're talking about performance. Yeah, of course, we can always tweak graphical settings to our own liking. Irish Pat 64, happy friends, happy saturation. Hello friends, sorry, happy saturation. Bread, stop the press. Pull that lever. Hear all the ka-chunking sounds. And then, yes, we have this absolutely gigantic update list for the F-15. Let me just skim through this because I'm only seeing it now. I wonder how much of this is particularly exciting. Mostly fixies, but fixies, updates, improves, and added. Let's go to added first. So we've got some volume controls added. Ground crew can change the GPU laser codes. Radio 1 and 2 MC synchronization. This is really good because some people have been commenting to me that, oh, it seems like the F-15 has 4 radios because the front seat can tune certain frequencies on COM1 and COM2, and your back seater can tune 2 other frequencies on COM1 and COM2, and so you can effectively operate on 4 radios when you're in multi-crew. This is not realistic. The aircraft only has 2 radios, and so, yeah, they fixed that, which is nice. RWR is now synchronized. HUD control synchronization. SAR glittering option. Oh, that's nice. So when you're doing synthetic aperture radar, you can actually get glittering. So you can actually get really bright reflections, which create distortions in the image, I guess. That's pretty cool. Air-to-ground radar has band controls now, so I guess that's a method for deconflicting yourself with other F-15s. Mitchell, I missed when the F15 patch is inbound. We don't know yet. Actually, it's not been announced, but this is stuff that's confirmed for the next open beta patch. My guess, and it's only a guess, would be Wednesday. It's usually in the middle of the month that it's coming out. So yeah, air-to-ground radar band controls, that's really cool, simulating the interference you'll get from different Eagles radars. Anything interesting here? Informational message for emergency CAS disengage and JFS bottle refill. It's cool. Mic switches starting on. More pilot visors. Livery options for hiding ECM on left vertical without turkey feathers. That's cool. Okay, so basically more variations of the aircraft. Kneeboard indication alignment method to use. NVG brightness. HRM active antennas scintillation. I don't know what that means. Cool. Stores drag, adjusted stabilator to more closely blah. Anything else too exciting here? Yeah, I don't know. Lots and lots of fixies. Lots and lots of fixies in here. The COM one was a big one that I noticed, which is kind of cool. They fixed the TSD map behavior, doing INS alignment. Fuel flow, fuel quantity. Add INS message when I set it off. Don't know. Don't have the multi-crew desync issues, of which there were many. So yeah, there will almost certainly still be some, but they say that they're improving that. Damage model, missing shells, uneven intake ramps, spelling errors. Yeah, lots and lots of fixies. I don't know if any of the rest of these are actually particularly worth calling out, but clearly a lot of work been put in here by Razbam to fix bugs. So this is pretty cool. Pink Floyd, I want the GBU-28. Need big booms. Yes, very, very big explosion. Nice. John Bloor, we got to be not a million miles off from the F4E, surely. I would assume so, but I don't know so at the current time. John Bloor, scintillate apparently means sparkly. Nice. Very, very cool. I kind of like so Attle. What's the issue? I don't know what you mean. Sorry. Bread, after the F4 comes out, all the remaining modules I want are warbirds. Nice. Okay. Very good. What's this? Oh yeah, here we go. Here are the weapons. So this is another update that we got this week. So after having a couple of weeks of basically very little DCS news, we're getting a bunch of stuff here all at once. These are the weapons that we've had confirmed for the Tornado module by Avia Storm. So in the air-to-ground region, we're getting the kind of usual suspects. We're getting all the Mark 82s and Mark 83s. I don't know what FF bombs are. Is that fire bombs or something? Snake Eyes, got Mark 83s. Safus, I don't even know what some of these are. I'm guessing we've got cluster munitions here. BK-27, sounds like something Swedish. Cormoran 1 and the AGM-88B. Okay, so some nice seed stuff. I'm assuming that these are rockets, but I don't know. We're getting the Recce pod, which is pretty cool. We're getting ECM pods, we're getting fuel tanks, we're getting the Buddy pod. Now, I also don't know what that is, but based on the name, I'm going to assume that's the pod that allows you to refuel your wingman, which is pretty cool. And then in the air-to-air regime, oh actually, sorry, BK-27's the cannon, I just recognised it now. In the air-to-air regime, we're getting AIM-9B, F and L Sidewinders, and the BK-27 cannon. So that's pretty cool. Charts, freefall. Yeah, you're probably right. Bread, the pretty parts of the South Atlantic map are not the Falklands. The Falklands being drab and boring is realistic. Yeah, exactly. It's a feature. not a bug. That's what the place looks like, although they could do with a lot more sheep, to be completely realistic. So yeah, here we go. We've got this complete list, although it does say subject to change, but I guess we can expect, at a minimum, to see all of this stuff, which is very, very cool. Rather excited to see all of this stuff. John Blur, really hope we get the system's weapons appropriate for a GR1. Rome, the Safu is mainly to help with drag bomb realism. Okay, that's cool. Very nice. So that's all the news basically that we have for this week. As I said, we don't know when the open beta is coming, but I would assume that, well, my assumption, unless anyone tells me otherwise, is that we're going to see something in this coming week. That would be my guess. And it looks like we're getting a lot of really cool stuff from the F-15 and the Gazelle. And I suspect we're seeing at least some bug fixes for the Harrier as well from Razbam, but we'll wait and see. They mentioned that they were working on some stuff in Discord. Only Napalm, SA sheep needed. DCS sheep, when? I was very excited when they added the cows. And you'll note that in many of my videos I have included cows. I'll leave that an exercise for chat to find all of the cows in my videos. Graham, hi Deepak, thanks for your show. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Mitchell R, did DCS work in the summer at all? Yeah, they do generally, but I would imagine that right now many people are on vacation. Only Napalm, thank you. This was good. Time for a Kentish ale. Oof, nice. I'll probably join in some adult beverages later as well. So it's at that time of the stream when I generally pimp the VAF. The VAF, or the Virtual Air Force, is a virtual online squadron that was started by myself and dotChuckles many, many moons ago. We are a milsim, a kind of opt-in milsim style online squadron where you have the possibility to fly as a freelancer in any aircraft you would like. Alternatively, you have the option of joining one of our internal numbered squadrons. We currently have squadrons for the A-10, the Harrier, the Apache, the F-16, the F-18, and we're in the process of starting up a squadron for the F-15 Strike Eagle. We're not taking applicants to that one yet, though, but we probably will soon. Join our Discord. You can do so via the link in the chat now, or if you're watching this stream after the fact, you can find a Discord link to the VAF Discord in the show notes below. Everybody is welcome, whether you fly with us or not. And we're also always looking for mission makers, radio operators, scripters. All kinds of people are very, very welcome to join the VAF. Pink Floyd, be nice to cows. JP Gibbons, welcome to the stream. Late to the show, pimp that VAF. And you can see this fantastic trailer in the background that was created by VAF's very own Jupiter. Very, very skilled young fellow. So yes, that's pretty much everything that we have for this week. I've been Deepak. Every week I do a tutorial video, currently doing a series on the Mirage 2000. I just did the video on the BL-100 anti-runway bombs. Next week I'll probably do GBU-12s or the Beluga cluster munitions. Probably the cluster munitions actually, because they're more exciting. They create quite a mess, and we like that. We like quite a mess. So yeah, I always make a tutorial video at 6:30 PM UK time on a Saturday, and that's then followed by the DCS news, which just happens to be this thing, what you're watching right now. If you haven't already, please, please, please subscribe, like, and comment. It's a really big help to me and to the channel. Also, you can click the little bell to make sure that you get notifications. If you'd like to support the channel further, you have the option of joining Deepak's ground crew for a small monthly fee by clicking the join button below. Please consider doing that if you can. Big shout out to those of you who've already done so. Thank you very much, Harish Rajan, Byron Farrow, Storm Kimbari, Channel Right, Mangash, J.R. Walker, Chandler Hedgevald, Griff Nizzle, Mr. Yeti, Frantic Stone, Bread, Tier Zero, Erdinker Tan, Tiger Moto, Sean I Am 81, Charts, and Pink Floyd. Thank you very much indeed, all of you. Tog, no such thing as being an idiot when learning with others at the same time. John Blur, take it easy, Deepak. Fantastic content as always. Thank you very much. Rome, Tom, start with some of the training servers where you go against AI and learn SRS while doing it. Learning is a part of the experience, so don't be afraid. My experience is that most people are very helpful. It's true, it's true. And then, of course, there are groups like the VAF. Feel free to join the VAF. We provide training in a variety of airframes, and we're a very, very friendly bunch, as Chart says. Excellent, excellent. You're all very welcome. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much, chat, for your participation. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you all very much. Fly safe, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-ta.